What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing another foundation review and we are going to be testing out the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. I am so excited to try this foundation. Ever since it came out, I saw that it is could be a dupe for the Huda Beauty foundation, which is so hyped up on Instagram and YouTube. If you guys are new to my channel, I have acne prone skin, so I am testing out a bunch of foundations, concealers, and skincare. Anything that could possibly help with either covering or improving my acne, I try out for you guys so you guys don't have to waste your money on products that just don't work, because I know that is the most frustrating thing ever for me. That is what this little series is going to be, and just see how full coverage they are and will they cover up acne scars. Something that could be full coverage for a person who doesn't have acne, it can be way different than someone who does have acne. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of that, then please subscribe to my channel down below. And without further ado, if you want to see if the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation can cover up your acne and acne scars, then just keep on watching. So my face is all primed and moisturized, ready to go. So now let's apply the foundation. And I picked up the shade Classic Ivory 120. I'm not sure if it's going to be too light for me, but I guess we'll find out. It is a full coverage foundation, saturated in color pigments to provide an ultra transforming effect in this long lasting foundation. It's supposed to be lightweight yet have high impact coverage that has a formula that glides onto the skin for a flawless makeup finish that lasts all day, and it is oil free, it's not supposed to clog your pores, and it is dermatologist tested. So those sound like some pretty good claims in a foundation that's right up my alley. This is what my skin is looking like, just so you can get a good look. These little friends are new, and the rest of this is flat scarring. This is a little bit new, but it's healing. This week is that time of the month, so that explains why I have been breaking out. And also I'm using a new cleanser, so I think it's just purging. I'm using a 10% glycolic cleanser again, so I think my skin's just getting used to me upping the dosage of glycolic. So I think that's why this situation's happening. So hopefully it clears up soon, and hopefully this foundation doesn't break me out. I'm just gonna pump it on the back of my hand. Whoa, that came out fast. I did like give or take 2 pumps. And it looks like it's a pretty thick foundation. This side I'm going to blend out using my foundation brush. So let's see. I always usually prefer the coverage of a brush when I apply my foundation, just because I feel like it doesn't take anything away like a beauty blender would. On first application, the color isn't that bad. It might be a little smidget light, but it's not bad. And you know, we'll see if it oxidizes, but so far it's not bad. Coverage-wise with a brush, not the fullest foundation I have. You can for sure still see my acne. Line out with the beauty blender. Wow, this foundation dries so quick, like super quick. Like it's hard for me to get it to move once it has dried. Okay, on the beauty blender side, I don't feel like that did anything. Substantially less coverage than on this side. Try a smidget more of a pump to see if maybe it was my fault. Maybe the foundation dried too quickly. I don't know. See if it helps. Okay, that is helping. Coverage is substantially better. I have a feeling the coverage on the beauty blender side with the first layer was worse because it had already dried to my face, since I already did one side and then was a little laggy on doing this side. So the coverage on this side got a lot better than what it was. A lot of the redness is covered, but you can still see things peeking through. And on this side, not as full coverage as I hoped it would be, but it's not terrible. I would say it's a medium to full coverage. I think you can for sure build it up. As usual, I'm going to take my Tarte concealer and just spot conceal and see if I can build up this coverage a little more. This is what I typically do with all my foundations, whether they're the fullest of full coverage or not. I always put a spot concealer on top, just because that is my preferred method of building coverage. I don't really like to build foundation layers. That's how I test foundations and stuff. I just do my routine how I usually would do it in everyday life, and in everyday life I don't build up foundations, I build up concealer. It doesn't alter my views of the foundation. Like, I know how much it covers. If anything, I know how good coverage of foundation is because it determines how much of this concealer I will end up using. If it's a really good full coverage foundation, then I barely have to use any of this concealer. But if it's like a merp, okay, or like a medium coverage foundation, then I know I have to use my regular amount of concealer, or you know, whatever. For this foundation, I'm using the regular amount of concealer I would use for any medium coverage foundation. This is what the foundation is looking like right now. I really got the coverage really built up with my Tarte concealer, so I'm pretty happy about that, and it looks pretty good. It's pretty matte, but I'm used to matte finishes. But if you have dry skin, I'm not sure if you would like this. Like, it's sinking a little bit into my nose, a smidget, but nothing too crazy. But it's not really sinking into my pores. It looks pretty good. I would say my face looks pretty flawless right now, and I'm actually really happy with this. I'm not mad at it at all. I love the matte finish of it. I think my face with that extra concealer added makes it look super flawless. Hopefully it stays true and does not clog my pores, and we'll see how oily I get as I'm wearing it throughout the night. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on my face and see how the product's there, and then I will come back and do a check-in. Okay guys, I am back and I just finished all of my makeup, so yeah, this is what we're looking at. I actually really love how this look turned out. I went for more of a simple glam, but I just honestly, I love how the eyes turned out in this lip. I rarely wear it. It is 951 by Eleftherai and ColourPop, and I think it just looks really good, and I think my skin looks really good. Anyways, this is how the foundation is looking so far. I'm actually really digging it. I think it made my skin look super flawless, and I think it looks really good. The only thing, it is a little bit too matte for my taste. I don't know if it's the foundation, and in combination with the setting powder, I just set with some Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder, and this is a matte setting powder, and I usually like that, but I don't know, I think it's just combination with the foundation. It's a little drier than what I'm regularly used to, but I did also set it with some Pixi Rose Glow Mist, so usually that helps to take away the dryness and give the glow back into my skin. So it's not too bad, and it doesn't feel super dry, but it just looked drier than I'm used to, if that makes sense. If you have dry skin, unconfirmed if this will work for you, I say try it. But yeah, since I have oily skin, I think as I wear it throughout the hours, then it'll be better and seep into my skin, and it'll all be dandy. Now is 5:55, so basically 6 o'clock. I'm going to wear this foundation for as long as possible today for my first impression, and of course you guys know I will be doing a second impression update as well towards the end of this video, just so you can see if I like it, if this foundation broke me out or not. I'm going to finish getting dressed and getting ready, and I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, just wanted to come and do a quick check-in. So it is about 12:15 a.m. So I've had this foundation on for a couple hours now. Don't mind my eye makeup. I was just with my friends, and you know when you laugh so hard that you start crying and you squint your eyes really hard? That is why the eyeshadow looks like this. Despite that, I think the foundation is holding up pretty well. Now it has only been like 6.5 hours, but I think it looked pretty good for 6.5 hours. I think it looks better now that my oils have kind of seeped through and like have melted the foundation further into my skin. But yeah, the coverage is still there, and I think it looks really good. It's not like too much synced into my pores. I'm a little bit shiny and oily in my T-zone, but nothing too bad. So yeah, I will come back and check in when it's time for my second impression. Hey guys, I just wanted to give a quick update. So right now it is about 9 in the morning, and I'm just getting ready to go on into work. I just wanted to do a quick check-in. So I'm wearing the foundation today, and this is how it's looking so far. It's very, very matte, and I prepped a little differently today. I used the Smashbox primerizer and my skin feels a lot hydrated. I feel like that was my biggest issue, was it was a little too matte and dry for me, but right now it's feeling fine, and we'll see how it settles the rest of the day. A few more breakouts than when you last saw me, but again, that could be from travel, unclear, but they are getting better now. It's the end of the week, and yeah, I'll check in with you either midday or when I'm done from work. Alright guys, it's time to wrap up my thoughts on the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. Honestly, I will say I really do like this foundation. I think it made my makeup look so flawless. Everything blended really well on top. It just looks so good. Now with these reviews, you guys know I judge foundations on how well they cover, how it feels on my skin, does it break me out, and of course just overall application and finish. So the one thing I will say about this, it does dry really, really fast, so I would work really quickly. It kind of reminds me of the Fenty Beauty foundation in that sense. That foundation dries so fast, and I feel I have to work very quickly, but once it's on, it will give you the desired coverage as long as you do work fast. As you guys saw in the first demo, if you let it sit for a while and then you try to blend out with a brush or beauty blender, it will not move. It is very difficult to blend out when it is dried, but once you do get that coverage there, it looks so beautiful. So A+ for that. Now, it did feel a little bit drier on my skin when I used my regular Tatcha Silk Canvas primer or a mattifying primer. Even though it did help to keep my oils at bay, it made my skin feel very dry, and especially that it is the winter time, my skin gets drier in general. So it probably wasn't the best bet to pair those together, but once I primed with the Smashbox primerizer, this foundation felt so much better, so much more hydrated, and it felt comfortable on the skin. If you have a dry, super dry skin, I don't know if this will work for you, just because it is a little bit drying even for me, and I have oily skin. But maybe if you prep the right way with the Smashbox primerizer, I think you can make this work for you. Now, I do always have trouble with some drugstore foundations. I try as best I can to steer away from them, just because a lot of the times it's a hit or miss. They are going to break me out. Did this foundation break me out? Unconfirmed. I do have a new little friend right here on my chin that just was not there before this week when I was doing my regular routine, and so this could be a cause from the Maybelline foundation, but I don't see too much other irritation with my other zits or active zits or any other pimples just popping up. So it could be from this, but also, like I said earlier in the video, probably like a broken record, but like I said earlier, I did get back from traveling in Hawaii, so it could be just my skin readjusting to California, it being a little colder, or it can also be I've been using a new cleanser, so my skin just adjusting to the level of, like, call it acid in the cleanser. It could be a variety of things, so I'm not exactly sure if it is the foundation's fault that I have a new breakout on my chin. So unconfirmed, but I haven't seen anything on the days I wore it, like anything too noticeably like, oh yeah, it's for sure this that broke me out because I wore this today. Like, there's just too many other little factors, so I'm gonna go with no for now. I'll try and keep you guys updated and put it in the description bar below, but as of right now, I think I am safe, and if so, that is very exciting for me because I actually do like this foundation and would recommend it because it does cover acne very, very well. I think you would really be impressed and like this foundation. So I would give this a stamp of approval since it did what I wanted it to do. It covered my acne and made my skin look really flawless, and it's from the drugstore, so it's at a price point you just can't beat. But that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me down in the comments below any other foundations you would like me to test. Let me know if you guys have also tried this foundation. What do you think? Did it work for you? Did it not? And yeah, I would just love to know. And make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.